Yep.
Questions?
Andy?
Steve, Saturday after the game, Mike, you were up there when Mike was talking. He said this, talked about the team being soft and not playing up to its capability. What ran through your head when he was saying that?
I don't think anything at that point. I was more just frustrated about, that little window where we really lost the game. Bad offense led to easy offense for them. You got to run good offense against Tech, so you get them playing the half court. Because when they're playing off turnovers, that's when they're at their best. But it's my job to make sure those guys aren't like that. So I got to do a better job.
Was it positive that he said something like that? I mean, did that surprise you that he said that? Maybe players hearing it from somebody different than the
No,
coach?
I don't. It didn't surprise me. I don't think it. I don't think that's a big deal. We have to play better for longer stretches. We have to execute. When you go watch the tape, if you're looking at it from a basketball standpoint, we're 3 for 15 on wide open threes, and in Tech, you got to know how to, you got to know what you're going to get against Tech. You're not going to get a lot of points in the paint. They're going to put 5 guys in the paint, and so you got to play off drive and kick. You got to make the right decisions. You got to land on 2 feet. You got to get them in rotation to where you're moving the ball. You go back and watch the tape, and we had some frustrating possessions, but there's also a majority of the possessions where, man, we got to make the right play. We got to keep harping on it to make the right play, make the right decision, and we got to make shots, and we be more physical around the basket. But that was a frustrating game. We played well down there. They're elite defensively. We played well down there. We know how to attack them. But you got to make shots, and you got to take care of the ball. The 20 turnovers was a killer because the stretch they broke the game open was all off turnovers.
Beat a dead horse here with 3-point shooting.
Yep.
You mentioned 3 of 15 of open threes. Has that crossed the line to you of where that's hopeful, like, hey, we'll just make shots, to where that number keeps being not good game after game?
You chart the quality of the shot. That's why I said we shot 22, but 7 of them were legitimately bad shots early in the shot clock, contested, or bad offense to where we end up with a late contest 3. And so the other ones, you got to make a portion of them, or we got to shot fake and drive those and get and throw it in the post. But against a team like Tech, if you just, you're going to get, certain things against them, especially the way they play defensively. We got to make the right reads on some things. We got them on some back cuts at times, but you got to keep the floor spaced against them. You really got to cut. You got to move without the ball. You got to get them in rotation, really get the ball moving. We understand how to attack them. We didn't go down there this year not know how to attack them. We scored 40-something points in a half last year down there. We scored close to 80 out against them here. And so, yeah, it is, but we're trying to keep our 5-man lifted so we can drive the ball and get paint touches. It's not as easy to do that against Tech, though. You know what I mean? Because everybody's converging to the paint. So you got to be strong with the ball. And what you're going to get is you get corner threes and wing threes, and if those aren't open, then you got to shot fake and drive and really get the ball and get them in more rotation to where maybe you can drive it on the 3rd side or the 4th side. We made an emphasis to try to go inside, at times. We've had games where we got in the free throw line more, but we can't, we got to be able to play in transition. We got to continue to get better defensively, and we are in stretches. We did a good job. I thought we had Tech confused a lot. If you saw the game, with our zone man stuff. But again, you have to be efficient offensively down there to attack them. But I hate telling guys not to shoot wide open shots. At this level, But we've got to make a point emphasis of driving it when we can. Like we did against Oklahoma, we really put pressure on the paint and throw it inside when we can as well.
To that point, is it getting close to where a wide open 3 doesn't necessarily mean a good guys right now, depending
Yeah, sometimes,
on who's
yeah.
taking it?
No question, yeah. And again, I have to do a better job of just addressing that to where I hate taking guys' confidence away offensively. I think we've been, very good offensively, for a long period of time. And so I hate doing that. But maybe at 12 seconds or 8 seconds it's not, but at 23 or 20 it is, because right now we have anything goes.
Confidence is obviously a big piece of that, but how big, just from an X's and O's standpoint, is if you take those wide open corner threes, wing threes that you guys are generating off the board, does that make it just so much easier to guard for teams if they know you're not even gonna attempt to shoot them?
Yeah, I mean, if you watch, I mean, that's what I said, it's, I mean, against Tech, it's like, all right, they're gonna switch everything, okay, most of the time. Okay, so how you gonna attack the switch? Okay, you try to get inside, we're gonna try to spread them out, drive the big. Okay, there's a couple things there. But at the end of the day, the way their defense is, they're running at the ball. I mean, there's gonna be 5 in the paint, 5 on the ball. You got playing on 2 feet, you got to read ball side corner, but you're gonna get ball side corner 3 sometimes, okay, because they're just shifting in so much. And then you gotta play to the weak side corner and the weak side wing. And what you hopefully can get, if you're not making that shot, is you get them in a bad closeout. So now you shot fake, drive it, and now on this backside, because we showed them so many clips from last year, now we go to this backside, now it's a quick post feed, right? The ball's going side to side, or it's a drive, and now the floor's a little bit more because we got it in rotation. And so sometimes it's those early ones that may not, let them close out. Let's get a bad closeout. But I mean, if you watch, teams are giving us. I mean, they're loading up on this one side. They're giving us all that. So it's easier said than done. From that standpoint. I mean, the 2 games where we made shots, we scored 92 and 104. Right? I mean,
But you played 15.
What's that?
But you played 15.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. You're right. I'm just said the games that we made shots. Sure. I said that was my quote. I got to keep giving these guys confidence, because that's the only way, the one thing people can say, like, you're supposed to play hard, like shouldn't be a sign of anything special. I mean, kids should play hard, but when kids are playing with great confidence and swagger, that's fun. And so, that was probably this is a while back, but somebody said one time, he's like, yeah, your team plays hard, but they're supposed to play hard. But man, they play with unbelievable confidence. That's how you want to play it. So you gotta figure out a way. I told him yesterday, man, you gotta be confident. You gotta play with great confidence. But we gotta understand what we're looking for too. So hey, man, throw it inside, throw it to George, throw it to Solo, throw it to Mike on the skip, on the ball reversal, throw it in there, and then play inside out, and maybe a better look later in the shot clock.
The last 3 losses of the last 2 weeks, you mentioned, I think, specific little areas, specific little time frames, like 14 to 10 that have lost you the game. And obviously that's basketball. A run might be where you can point to, but how do you avoid some of those goals, and what do you think is creating some of those moments that you're pointing to specifically in these games?
Man, I thought Tech, I knew the first beginning of the Tech game was going to be tough because this is the first time the majority of these guys have played against Tech. And so it's easy for me to go up on a film screen and video and show them, hey guys, here's what we did last year. You're going to look to go this, and this. Then when you get out there and there's 15,000 people, whatever it is, sellout crowd, you can't hear, and they're pressuring you everywhere, it's going to take some time to get adjusted and figure out, how to get going. So if I knew our first 4 or 5 minutes may not be perfect down there, we kind of adjusted, settled in, we were defending them well. The last play of the half, I told them, against Tech now, I almost don't want to hold for the last shot. If we got a chance to break, because when you hold for the last shot, you let them get set, and then we get a fluke over the back call. Instead of going in down 4-2, we go down 6. Get it to 2 to start the half. And then, it's from 43-36, that's when the game changed. And I think the stretch where the game changed is our half-court defense wasn't as good, made a couple mistakes in our zone. But, man, if you really go look at it, man, our offense got bad. And they did a good job. They're trying to slow us down and keep us off balance. But, man, we didn't run offense with purpose. We didn't keep the floor spaced. We didn't move the ball like we had when we had good possessions, whether we made shots or missed shots. And that turned into, I bet, 10, 12 points easy against them. And then the game went from 7 to 20, and it's over, on the road like that. Baylor was similar in the first half. We had great opportunities, we missed them. You know, again, Baylor Tech, they play similar defensively. Tech a little bit different. Again, you go to Baylor, you're down what 3. You know, they get the fluke play at the end of the half. Now you're down 5 at the 1.5 or 2-5, and then you have the stretch where you start off. It gets 38-25. That kind of stays like that. But you know, we got to be more efficient offensively to not let people get any runouts, and then we just got to be more dialed in. I mean, if I gave the guys a test and we would show video, they make 99s out of 100. You just got to carry it over better.
Is that the mental toughness I think you mentioned last week more so than?
I mean, yeah, it's got to be. I mean, I got to do a better job preparing them. You know, I mean, I got to get a better job, you know, reviewing stuff every 4 minutes. You know, I mean, I got to figure out ways to get them better. I mean, that's all I can do. That's the only thing I'm thinking about right now is how do I get these guys confident? How do I get these guys back playing better? Because you go through the film session before and after, they know all the answers. They know. They answered. They get 99s out of 100. And so you got to be mentally tough enough to be able to get down. You know, like Baylor did the other day at Oak State. What were they down 12? Came back and won. And that's just part of basketball, part of the game. Just because you get up 9-0. Shoot, watch the game last year. Texas Tech here, we're up 8-0. You know, Mario makes what 2 threes and a jumper. We're up 8-0. You know, they end up beating us 74, 73. Culver was great, but it had a lot to do with it. But I mean, you got to be able to weather some storms.
You mentioned Oklahoma State. They, I think especially offensively in the first half on Saturday, probably played a little bit better than they had so far this season. What have you seen from them on film?
Man, they had a great preseason. I mean, they've had a really, really good preseason. You look at the wins they had: Syracuse, Ole Miss, Houston. I mean, those are 3 really good wins. But then also look at their conference schedule to start. You got Texas Tech, who's elite defensively. You got West Virginia, who's elite defensively. You know, it's a road game at TCU that's very good defensively. And so, and then they've had Baylor. You know, so they've had our league isn't easy. And so they've played really 3 of the top 4 defensive teams in our league. And I said, that probably plays a factor into it because do I want Lindy Waters shooting an open 3? No. Do I want Diago shooting an open 3? No. You know, so those guys can obviously make shots and have been productive in our league. Oklahoma State, I mean, obviously their 3-point numbers aren't great right now, but I still think that's a critical part of the game because we can't let those guys get going. What I think Oklahoma State's been consistent in is their defensive, identity. They've been tough-minded, defensive, whether it's man or zone, they've been good. They just struggle to score it late, but our league's changed this year a little bit. It's become a really, really defensive, grinded-out league.
We're fans, whomever, you maybe, possibly, putting too much stock in that these guys would be, whatever, you've said 38% 3-point shooting. I think that's what you said before. You'd like to see 38 to 40% 3-point shooters, when in reality, Nixon was 33% the last year he played over there. Bolton was 35% last year at Penn State. Are we putting too much thought into the fact that these guys are at Iowa State? You recruit solid shooters, good shooters, and they should be shooting better than what they are. I mean, we didn't look at their DNA, maybe.
I don't know. I don't really know how to answer that exactly. I gotta give them great confidence. That's all. I gotta give them great confidence that I believe in them, that that they feel good, and rhythm shots, good shots. Now we gotta take the tough ones out. We gotta take the bad early ones out. We gotta take the stagnant ones out. But man, they should have great confidence to shoot open rhythm threes. They're very capable of making them. I've watched it, in workouts and practices. You can look at all those numbers and yeah, that's where I want to be. It's where you can say it's where we were with other kids or other times. But if that's not it, then we have to do a better job of, like we touched on earlier, of getting paint touches. you know, my biggest thing going down to Tech game was paint touches, whether that's to drive and kick or to throw it inside and really get them converged. I mean, if you saw, the times we really finally got it into George in the second half, and this was 15, 14 minutes left in the game, so this game was still really in the balance. We got fouled, you know what I mean? We got good matchups, you know, because they got some guys who are going to really front the post and fight the post hard, but you can get some switches sometimes where you're going to have an advantage, you know what I mean? Because, there's some guys that you can post up a little bit easier than other guys. That's just reality in every team.
You mentioned Baylor before and their ability to weather the storm against Oklahoma State. How much of that can come? I mean, that's obviously a team that's got a lot of guys who have played together for a really long time now. How much of that comes with that continuity, the familiarity with each other, and just the experience of playing in the Big 12 for?
Yeah, I mean, experience, continuity. I mean, all that stuff's huge. I mean, you know, you look at some of the teams. Obviously, there's a lot of teams. You know, you look like Duke. It's got a lot of young guys. It's obviously really good, but I think it was. You know, everybody's like, you know, about Auburn. You know, I think I saw a stat fly out there. I could be wrong. It's somebody we play. It's like 4 of their best five players are seniors. You know, and so you know, experience and continuity. That stuff is obviously huge. You know, when you look at last year with the teams that went to the Final Four, you know, you got a lot of seniors, a lot of experience, you know, a lot of continuity, and so. You know, but that's, I mean, we've played well at times this year. You know, that the Florida A&M TCU week, you know, set us back a little bit, and we gotta fight our way out of it. You know, there is no easy week in this league, so you just you gotta be able to keep getting punched and keep trying to figure out ways to punch back. You know, I mean, if you took that week and flipped it the other way, you know, everybody's in a better frame of mind right now, and you're trying to get to 500 in league play, and you're still right in the mix, but. You know, as bad as you could have one bad week in this league, but a good week can change everybody's spirits. And so we got to stay the course, but we got to figure out ways, obviously, to get better. And you know, I know we talk about shooting and everything, but our defensive numbers still, and I don't know if it's the other night was just so many easy shots because of our turnover. We shouldn't turn the ball over 20 times. We should be a 10 turnover type team, and it was just bad decisions.
Thank you.